Hi everyone, it's Gloria in my studio, or should I say voiceover Gloria. It brings me great joy to share this moment of my creative process with you. Welcome to all of you here on my YouTube channel. Those of you who have been my friends here on my channel, or who have signed up for my newsletter or follow me on social media, you all know that I've taken up sketching now for a few years. And for the most part, I sketch every day. First thing in the morning, I wake up and I sit back and sketch anything really that comes up, either any household object in the kitchen, or flowers, or people, things that have captured my imagination on Instagram or Pinterest. One of my guilty pleasures was also to watch YouTube artists and learn from them. So after I'd finished a sketch, I would, maybe for 20 minutes watch a YouTube tutorial. That was a great way to learn sketching. And all of this made me really happy. Something about watching others use their hands to create from their heart filled my heart with joy, and that was what I needed, especially last year. Well, after days and days of showing up to do a daily sketch, I can honestly say that I am getting a little better, which makes me pretty proud. And my work is a true reflection of that hard work that I've put into it. So I really encourage you, if you haven't, or if you are interested in sketching, starting little by little is a great way to become better at it, like anything, right? And to be honest, I'm so thankful for, the ability to have the time to really sit back and learn as much as possible. Without interruption, it's really helped as well. So the reason for this video is to show you what I'm doing here. And what I'm doing is I am creating a whimsical house. Why am I creating a whimsical house? Well, because I'm not an architect, and I don't aspire to be an architect. I don't want to learn, perfect angles. I don't want to learn any of that. I want to create a whimsical house because they're fun and they allow me to use my imagination. So I usually begin the process and get a head start by getting inspiration either from Pinterest or Instagram. I also, in the past, have taken lots of images throughout walks, whenever I travel, or if I go into the city. The Upper East Side has tons of buildings, brownstones with beautiful archway windows and doorways and gates, which are truly inspiring to me. And so I take photographs, I document them, and when I need to figure out, a cute little window or a cute little door, I reach out for those. So in this one, I did a rough draft in my sketchbook with colored pencils, and really it was just a rough draft, nothing measured, no rulers at this point, nothing. It was just a rough draft from that image that I had on my phone. And once I was satisfied with the rough draft, that's when I take that image and I place it on I think they're called lightbox, which are used to trace. And so I use tracing paper, I put that on top of that image and I trace over it with a dark pencil, and I continue to add like little elements, like little gates or animals, or in this case clotheslines and tables with topiaries, just little elements. I continue to add one after the other on the tracing paper. And for me, every day, has inspiration. So I gather inspiration from my garden, and that's where I got the topiary idea to add those. Watering cans, baskets, linen baskets. These are all elements that I think they add a lot of whimsy to the story of this picture. Let's see, what else? So, don't get overwhelmed drawing houses. The lines don't have to be perfect. You see me using a protractor and rulers, and that's really just to make sure that, the windows aren't too far apart, just to give me an idea. And that the roof line, if you can see it, the roof line is a little tricky, so that it stayed a little bit straight. But I just went with it. I had fun, and nothing was planned. It was just anything that came out of my imagination at that point, which is what made it fun. I think that's what gives it the whimsy. And then after all of my lines and everything is complete, and I've traced it on good watercolor paper, that's when I add the color. I've been using a lot of bright colors. I think that adds to the whimsy of my of these whimsical homes. The roof line, once I added that watercolor, it just really made it pop. And then, as you can see from the video, I also added some marker to the roof line, kind of creating like a little bit of shadow, which adds a bit of depth to the drawing. But yeah, I use all of my art supplies: markers, pencils, graphite pencils, markers, thin markers, and watercolors. What else did I use here? I think that was it. And what else? I really love the way the roof came out. That was a little bit of work, but I think it adds to the picture, to the drawing. And it's also good exercise to be able to have that precision of repetitive work that just makes your drawing hand stronger. It's a good exercise. So yeah, I think that gives you an overall view of the process of creating something whimsical. Again, it comes from your imagination. It's fun. And you should, if you're going to attempt something like this, it's not a masterpiece. You shouldn't think of it as a masterpiece, because you won't do it then. It's just for you to get in a calm state. It really relaxes. It puts you in a state of flow, and it's fun to do. So I think I'm beginning to run on babbling, so I will stop there. But I appreciate you watching, and I hope that you do something that brings you joy today. I really hope that you take on the challenge of creating something whimsical, because it really is fun. All right, so until the next video, and make sure to follow me on Instagram or Pinterest. And if you're interested in more behind the scenes of what I'm doing, especially I have a big thing coming up, which is I'm launching an e-commerce store with my illustrations. Follow me on my newsletter. You can sign up for my newsletter from my website, which I will link below. But for now, I think that's it. Have fun, all right? Take care, everybody.